I'm live now. Or is it doing? Oh, my live, my live, my live. I think so. I tested one. Okay, I am live. Okay, good. Okay, I'm here, people. I'm here. If you're watching after, I might have timestamps depending how. It should be like a 30-minute one, so it shouldn't be nothing too crazy, of course. But what's up, Marcus D. Butler? He says first. Oh, turn it off because it is the echo. Okay, there we go. I hear myself. So I make sure I hear myself on here. But yeah, today's gonna be discussing, of course, Shedeur Sanders. I'll talk about him, of course. Some NFL rule changes as well that might be coming. Your Eagles, Marcus D. Butler, trying to ban y'all tush push. The tush push is trying to ban that. I think 16 teams are trying to vote to ban that play right there, where they push behind, where they can shove the guy over the line, trying to ban that play, and also discuss some draft stuff as well, just some other stocks of Cam Ward, like we mentioned last week before, Abdul Carter, and all the other different things. So just be on the lookout for all that. So if you're watching after, hey, tune in and like the video, leave your comments down below. I'm gonna have a chat replay on too, so if you see something now, me answering stuff in the chat, you can see it. But let's start off first, of course, with Shedeur Sanders, though. Shedeur Sanders, I don't understand all the hate that Shedeur Sanders get from just from all the anonymous insiders. They never put a name on it fully. They always just say anonymous, because he has nothing off the field, no off the field issues, anything crazy that he does. A lot of things are just kind of the same. It's saying that he's arrogant, that he's too cocky, he's too confident. But you want your quarterback to have some confidence like that. Not when it's like going to hurt the team, of course, but you want a guy to be going out there to be able to execute, to feel confident in his passes, feel confident in his throwing, and have that ability. And he's been raised by Deion Sanders, the legendary coach, good things as a coach, with Jackson State. Legendary player as well, and he's a good coach too. Like, you see what he did at Jackson State in Colorado, getting there, had a little down year that first year, but the following year winning 9 games, and this year let the program be doing even better as well too. So this to be surrounded by that greatness and stuff. I feel like he has the intangibles you can't teach. The clutch ability. We've seen the throws he made from the pocket and stuff. A lot of NFL insiders like to bring up the things that doesn't matter. Like, he had a bad interview with some of the teams and stuff. Some of the anonymous QB coaches said that he was too cocky and he was in a good interview. I'm like, that doesn't matter. You turn the film on and you see him play. You see him go out there and perform, and you see he plays at a high level. He plays at a very good level. And I doubt he'll fall beyond the top 3 pick. That'd be stupid. You say because they're weak. Yeah, some teams are. Actually, one NFL insider, I think one owner or something like that, it was anonymous. They don't put names on it because when you're doing the voting and stuff, they don't want anything to happen, of course. So they have anonymous. But one NFL owner said that it's weak to ban it. Like, they ain't got to ban it like that. One NFL owner did say that too. I guess some teams say it's too dangerous or something like that. But I feel like the tush push, hey, whether you keep it, whether you ban it, it doesn't change anything like that. Like, people just mad because the Eagles can do it better than anybody else. They perfected it like that. But I feel like you shouldn't ban it. I'm like, this is football. You're going to get hurt anyway. You're not playing ballerina ballerina you can get hurt too. But you're not playing pretend like that. You're going out there hitting people and stuff as well. So I'm like, it's football. So, hey, you're going to get hurt eventually. But Shedeur Sanders, I doubt he fall beyond past 3. Like, the Giants would be crazy to pass upon Shedeur Sanders. I know those Travis Hunters are very good, and you got the Abdul Carters and all those guys, all those names, of course, might enlighten you a lot. But I'm like, it's a quarterback position. It's the most important position in football. Of course, having an edge rusher is amazing too, but this quarterback position right here is very hard to find. And the Giants been looking for a quarterback ever since Eli Manning was here. Even when Eli Manning was here, they were looking for a quarterback. They found Daniel Jones. It didn't work out with him. They tried not Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito. Danny DeVito's the actor. Tommy DeVito, they tried him before. All the different individuals and stuff, and they couldn't find the right quarterback, of course. And now they're going with the approach of Russell Wilson, James Winston, bringing those 2 veterans in, and then maybe getting the quarterback probably, like in a draft, which should be Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, depending on what the Titans do first. Most likely Cam Ward probably be the first pick, but you never know what can happen. We've seen crazy things happen before in the NFL. But I think overall, hey, you bring in a guy like Shedeur Sanders, you draft him, you'd be crazy not to bring him in. If he falls past the Giants, I know the Saints and the Jets would definitely be able to get him. So he'd definitely be top 10. If he fall past those 2 teams right there, that'd be very shocking. I can't see him falling past the Giants. But if he fell past like the Giants, the Saints, the Jets, all those teams right there, and he fell past those teams, then you're looking at something that's totally different. You'd be like, man, what? That'd be very interesting if he did fall past those teams. But I think overall he's going to be definitely a top 3 pick. If he was to fall, I think the Steelers, my Steelers, hey, they might have a chance to move in the draft to get him. Like that, if he fell past the Giants and the Jets, get past those teams and get to like the number 11, number 12, around that range in the draft, the Steelers would definitely probably make a move to trade up to get him and stuff. Because I feel like sometimes, even if you do fall, you may be mad a little bit if you fell in the draft. Because I don't think it's going to happen. But if you fell in the draft, you're like, damn, I didn't go top 5 or like that. Hey, no need to worry. The teams at the bottom are the teams that are going to make the playoffs. And you going to that team, going to that roster, you're going to be in good contention and stuff like that. But I think Shedeur Sanders should definitely be a top 3 pick. I doubt he fall past 3. That'd be crazy. Moving on to the next topic, of course. Like I mentioned, the NFL rule stuff. There's a lot of teams doing different rules. Like I mentioned yesterday, they had the technology they're going to add to measure first downs now. So you're going to see more of that implemented and more of that added too, which is very good. They used to pick chips in the ball all the time, to measure like the velocity of the football, the speed of it, how fast the quarterback is throwing, the yardage as well like that. They say, oh, he threw a 65-yard bomb down the field. They measure that a lot. So I feel like it was kind of like a matter of time for them to use the technology to measure the first down. So now they're doing that next year, which would be very good. And they always send a lot of their officials to the UFL to try different rules and stuff. But the UFL had the kickoff return rule they did past few years, and now you're seeing the NFL implement that last year. It's a little different, of course. But I feel like to make the game safer and a little different things they try to do to tweak some stuff up. Of course, still looks a little strange, but overall still help the game out a little bit. So now they're adding this first down system where you're actually using technology for the first down. That's gonna be very good. Now they have, we can do more replays, of course, with certain different penalties other than things that's called like pass interference and roughing the passer and different things that happen. Like they can do replays for certain stuff. So that's very good too, because we see a lot of calls that happen that don't be that actually. So that's good too, them doing that, and of course adding that in there. But yeah, overall, the NFL rules, I feel like the tush push, hey, whether it goes or whether it stays, I'm like the tush push is a maneuver that the Eagles have mastered. They found a way to utilize it at the highest level, pushing the guy forward and stuff. Jalen Hurts does a very good job at doing that. And the team just got to deal with it. You got to find a way to deal with it. Of course, it's caused a lot of injuries and stuff, but just find a way to deal with it. We'll see what they do with that, of course. My Steelers are still in the hunt, of course, for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers have been circulating. His name is circulating around for the Steelers for the past about a month or so like that. Ever since he got released, the Steelers was a team that's in favor for him. And a lot of people thinking that, the Steelers need Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers, then Coach Tomlin can save his job. Actually, I think maybe the opposite. If Coach Tomlin, they get Aaron Rodgers might cost him his job. And Rodgers, overall, of course, had pretty solid numbers last year. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers is at this stage of his career can be anything like crazy that's going to help us in the long run. Of course, it'd be like a 1-year rental. We'll probably have him around, and we'll see how things work out and shape out. But Aaron Rodgers is cool and all, but I don't think it'll be the long-term answer. I feel like the Steelers should just go to approach, let Mason Rudolph run the helm and let Mason Rudolph do his thing, of course, for the first year, and then see how things can kind of shape out a little bit after and stuff. I feel like you shouldn't try to force it like that with Rodgers and hoping and putting everything into him, because I'm still mad about us not being able to bring Justin Fields back. Justin Fields should have definitely been a Steeler. He should have stayed around as a Steeler. The Steelers decided to go a different approach, didn't match what was offered probably, and it led to Justin Fields, of course, leaving and being a Jet now. So we'll see exactly what the Steelers do at quarterback. Mr. Rudolph is definitely solid enough to get the job done, but you never know what the Steelers might have in plan for quarterback. They could trade up in the draft to get one. They could draft one in like maybe in the 3rd round or something like that. Jalen Moreau fall to the 3rd round, or Jackson Dart fall to the 3rd round. He got a 3rd round if you wait. So we have to kind of see how things shape out. The draft is in a few weeks. A few weeks from now, the draft will be here. I'm gonna do another mock draft, of course, for the Steelers on Friday, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's a lot of cool things happening in the NFL world. Not a lot of like crazy news, but some things happen, of course. A lot of things still potentially waiting to get things started, of course. But I think Aaron Rodgers might be the biggest free agent still out there, because I know Stephon Diggs signed with the Patriots already. They had a nice roster too. People kind of contemplating what the Patriots might do. They might go receiver, of course, in the draft. I thought the receiver might be in the 1st round pick, but now I'm thinking they could just go defense. If Travis Hunter does fall to that spot, I think the Patriots at the 4th pick, they could definitely go Travis Hunter like that. Pair him with Christian Gonzalez, that'd be nice. But it depends on what happens. Or they might say, let's overload the offense to get Drake May all the help he can get. So they might do that approach. So it just depends on what teams are doing. A lot of times we see teams, especially Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper is one person who always think teams are going to do this, they're going to do this every time, but then, you know, they do complete opposite and stuff like that. He's more wrong than he's right most of the time. But we can always speculate and have opinions, of course, about all the draft stuff of who's going to draft who and who's going to be where and stuff. But at the end of the day, a lot of teams, they value players differently. Everybody in the world who has an opinion on the sports and stuff, you value things differently. You might value defensive players more than offensive players. You might value this type of style of QB more than that type of style of QB. Like, I want a scrambler. I want a pocket passer. I want a guy who can do a little bit of both. I want a guy who can do this and that, like that. So different teams value different things, of course. Guys who can fit in their system and scheme. I want a guy who can run the West Coast system. I want a guy who can run the zone, run, read style system. I want guys who can do all that type of things. So a lot of different coaches and different GMs, they value different things. So we can always say our opinion. Like I be doing the draft and stuff. I got a few things right last year with Peyton Wilson and then a receiver. That's Roman Wilson. I did draft him one time in my draft. Like that, I had a few of those right. But besides that, I thought the Steelers would go a receiver probably first round. They went right tackle with Trevor, and then they added JPJ, and then they got a receiver like in the fourth round like that. So you never know what can happen. Like that team, we might be thinking the Steelers going D lineman in the first round, which you think they should. But then you never know what can happen. They might say, you know what, we're going to go quarterback in the first round, or we're going to go this in the first round, or do that in the first round, and be something completely different. They might draft a running back in the first round. So a lot of teams value different things. They want to have a vision on what the team is. But the only thing I hope the Steelers just have everything aligned. Like everybody is in the same page. They're all in sync like that. I feel like a lot of different things. You hear Coach Tomlin say one thing, you hear Omar Khan say one thing, and you hear Mr. Rooney say one thing. And sometimes it sounds similar, but sometimes it sounds different too. So hopefully they get on the same path and the same track and be like, okay, we know what we want to get and what we're going to do and make it happen. Yeah, but yeah, this is basically most of the stuff I had to talk about. I don't know, I'm only like 12 minutes in, so I need to find some more stuff. I was going to look at some mock drafts and go over. I think it was somebody in my draft. I think Dan Jeremiah made one again. Just go over his mock draft and grades and stuff. Let's see some mock drafts. 2025. ESPN got one. Let's see ESPN one. What ESPN got? ESPN got some bad stuff sometimes, but let's see what ESPN got. They have one right here. Okay, the ESPN mock draft round 1 and 2. Who made the mock draft? It said Phil Gates. Okay, they said first they have Cam Ward going to, of course, the Titans. That's the one I have too as well. I feel like Cam Ward, is a perfect fit for them. Getting a strong arm quarterback, a guy who is definitely will fit there well. They do need to add some more weapons, of course, as well. I know they had Will Levis, who's a strong arm quarterback, but he just has a bad decision making like that. He can never make the right decision and miss a lot of throws and miss a lot of things and turn the ball over a lot. So yeah, that didn't work out too well for them. Now moving on next. On the Cleveland Browns, they had him taking. Oh, okay, what? Okay, we're not gonna do the ESPN one. The ESPN one, they said pay $12 to read the rest of the list. Really? Let's do somebody else one. Let's do a CBS one. CBS got one right here. Okay, who did this one? It said Chris. Let's see what he got. Round 1, he had, of course, Cam Ward going to the Titans, like I mentioned, of course. Round 2, second pick, we got Travis Hunter going to the Browns. That could possibly happen. Now, will the Browns use him as a receiver or use him as a cornerback? I know he labels as a cornerback right now in the league, so we'll see if he stays corner or he's going to be utilized as a receiver or something, but we'll see what happens. I think they might do a situation where they have him play primarily corner, but then, in different sets, he might give him 10 snaps, maybe a game, like that, 8 to 10 snaps a game at receiver, like that, to see how things shape out. We'll see. Third pick, they have Abdul Carter. So I'm surprised. So they have Abdul Carter going third pick. So they don't have Shedeur Sanders going top 3. Abdul Carter is a big-time edge rusher, of course, from Penn State. That flash he has, of course. He can be a game wrecker, a game changer, and of course having a playmaker on the edge is very good to have. But I don't know about that. I don't know if I will pass upon a quarterback to bring in that. I know Russell Wilson is there and James Winston is there for the next 2 years, but I don't know if that'd be a smart idea to bring a guy, like to not go and get a quarterback for the future like that. But we'll see what the Giants do. Will Campbell, the offensive tackle for LSU, the big tackle, he's going to be definitely a top 5 pick. They have him going to the Patriots. That's a good pickup for them. Mason Graham going 5th. I had him going 5th on mine as well. Mason Graham is, of course, a game record up front, the D lineman. Can play the run, can play the pass. Has that bull rush ability as well. He's not like, Aaron Donald type. But he's still good, very good. He got a feeling he can be very good and dominant in his league and stuff as well. I see some people compare him to Aaron Donald, like, nah, he's not playing like Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was very, very good. Yeah, back and watch his stuff in the college and then watch his first year in the league. Aaron Donald was real, real good. So he's good, but he's not Aaron Donald good like that. That's a different level right there. Yeah, he still a long way to go. They had Ramon Mebo, offensive tackle from the Raiders, offensive tackle from Missouri, go to the Raiders. Not bad as well. Add some protection. You got Tyler Warren, tied in from Penn State, going to the Jets. Okay, so they have Shedeur not even going to. Okay, they got him going to the Saints. They got Jalen Walker going to the Panthers, which everybody kind of have, of course. Adding more guys on the other side. The defense is one thing they struggle with a lot. I'm still surprised they got rid of Steve Wilkes. He was doing a good job for the defense with the Panthers. He was the interim coach, and it kind of mixed things up a little bit. But you add Jalen Walker out there. J.C. Horn, you got him in the secondary as well. You add some more pieces and stuff and get that defense built up. Bryce Young did play better. He played way better. We got benched and came back and started playing real good, making those big-time throws and nice throws. And just seeing him get his confidence, really. Because even though he had the talent, it's just the confidence. He really had a lot of confidence, like, playing out there. But he finally got it at the end. I think he's going to be special. They had Shedeur Sanders going number 9 to the Saints. Shedeur Sanders, 4,134 passing yards. Of course, 41 touchdowns. So there's 10 interceptions last year. So the Saints go Sanders. As new head coach Kellen Moore sees a lot of Jared Goff in this game of the Colorado quarterback. I don't see a compare. Well, Jared Goff, Shedeur Sanders. I don't really see that comparison too much. A little bit, maybe throwing motion, but size and ability as well, like that. But that would be definitely cool. Shedeur Sanders going to the Saints. The Saints do definitely need a quarterback, and the colors are basically the same, of course. The Saints and Colorado colors are the same, so it'll be an easy transition for him. But I'm surprised they have him going down to number 9. I feel like he won't fall that far. But you never know. Ashton Jeanty, they had him going to the Bears in this draft. They had Jahad Campbell going to the 49ers in this draft. Yeah, the Cowboys getting to Torrey McMillan. I had the same thing. I feel like the Cowboys need a target. And what other better target to get is a 6'5" target to Torrey McMillan. He's more of course, he's a big target. Of course, he uses size as well, but he's more of a finesse type receiver at that height. I kind of compare him to Vincent Jackson a little bit. While watching this game, he kind of reminded me of Vincent Jackson. RIP to him. And he passed away a few years ago. Vincent Jackson was a good player with the Bucs. I think Torrey McMillan is kind of similar to that. And I think he's going to be a big-time playmaker in the league, especially being on the other side of a CeeDee Lamb. So the Cowboys got to go offense. They might go offense the first 2 picks in their draft, so we'll see what happens. Kelvin Banks, Jr., offensive tackle from Texas, they had him going to the Dolphins. Okay, that's one thing. They have Donovan Jackson going to the Colts from Ohio State. They have Mike Green, edge rusher, going to the Falcons, of course, adding more pressure there. Mikael Williams going to the Buccaneers from Georgia. Malachi Starks, that's that field general right there. I had him go to the Bengals as well. I feel like the Bengals need to add some dominance in the secondary. They got beat a lot in the air like that, many times and stuff. And plus you lose to Trey Henderson. You're going to lose him most likely. He's a little upset, of course, as well. He said that he didn't like the way that the Bengals, the team president was answering and saying that he should be happy he didn't trade or something like that. He basically, because he told them many times and reinstated that he wanted to be a Bengal lifer. He wanted to be there for the rest of his career like that. But the Bengals have other plans. They didn't have the right money to pay him or something. They don't want to pay him. So we'll see Trey Henderson on a different team. Maybe the Lions, maybe the Eagles, maybe somewhere. We don't know exactly where he'll go. But Malachi Starks will be a big-time guy to bring in as your new general on that defense. He demanded the field well. He can play different positions in secondary, good in man coverage, zone coverage, his pursuit as well, a good tackler as well. He just brings some dominance to that secondary as that. You have a guy who actually commands stuff. So I think he'll be a nice player if the Bengals did decide to go on safety. They had the Seahawks go Matthew Golden, the 18th pick, that speedster. They had Derek Harmon go to the Cardinals with the 19th pick. They had Colson Loveland, 6'6" tight end from Michigan, go to the Broncos. They have, this is weird. They have Jahdae Barron, cornerback from Texas, go to the Steelers. Now, the Steelers could go cornerback in the draft, but I don't think they go cornerback that high up. I feel like you got Darius Slayton. Darius Slay. And Darius Slay. You have Corey Trice, JPJ as well, of course. Benny Bishop. You could go cornerback maybe later in the rounds. So they went cornerback first round with the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers need to get a D lineman up front like that. That's probably the best thing, especially if Kenneth Grant is still on the board because they haven't drafted him yet in this draft right here. You bring a guy like that in. What's up, Jared? What's up? What's up? I feel like you gotta bring a guy like that in. So I don't know about this list right here. They had the Steelers take Jahdae Barron. That's different. I don't know about that one. They had Jackson Dart go in the first round to the Cleveland Browns. They had him go to Cleveland Browns with the 22nd pick. They had Kenneth Grant go to the Packers. Will Johnson. And plus, if the Steelers was going to cornerback, Will Johnson, I think, is the second best cornerback in this draft. Of course, Travis Hunter. Now I'll say Will Johnson. Like that. I like Jahdae Barron, but Will Johnson from Michigan, he was locking some stuff down. He's bigger a little bit too. So I'm surprised they had the Steelers going cornerback. Yes, Jerry. Yeah, D lineman definitely got to go first round. But and this was drafted by a guy on CBS named Chris something. I was looking at people's drafts, and he had the Steelers take Jahdae Barron, cornerback in the first. I'm like, nah. Maybe last year we took a cornerback in the first, but this year I don't think the cornerback in the first round. There's a lot of cornerbacks in this draft. You can maybe get a cornerback in the third, maybe round if you wanted to, one that badly, or fourth round, or you might not get one at all like that. I feel like you got enough depth there. You just need to add those pieces up front like that. But they went Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron's cool, but I wouldn't go him first round on the Steelers. It's a bronze kind of pick, yeah. And then they got Kenneth Grant going to the Packers. Will Johnson going to the Commanders. Emeka Ibuka going to the Texans. Gray Zabel going to the Rams, the 26th pick. Donovan with the crazy last name going to the Ravens, the edge rusher with the 27th pick. You got Tyler Booker going to Alabama, the inside lineman. Trey Amos going to the Vikings. Walter Nolan going to the Bills, D lineman. You got Josh Simmons going to the Chiefs. And then last but not least, I'm surprised they have James Pierce Jr., the last pick, going to the Eagles. The Lions took, who the Lions took, actually? They took an inside lineman. I don't think the Lions should go that, but knowing the Lions GM, they might do something like that that's random. I feel like the Lions should definitely get an edge rusher. They had Trey Hendrickson on their team. He led their team in sacks. And he missed 10 games. He missed like 10, 11 games. He tore his ACL like week 6 or 7. And he still led the team in sacks after he was gone. That's how you know how bad their pass rush was. So I doubt they'd go O-lineman like that. So they might need to go D-lineman or go edge rusher, add another guy on the other side of Hutchinson. That'd be very cool for them. Yeah, trenches are key. Yep, Jerry. Yep. We got to win in trenches. If you can't win in the trenches, you're not gonna win any games. Remember that game we had against the Ravens in the playoffs? They rushed for 300 yards. Like that right there is absolutely bad. Like that's insane. Like you get ran over 300 yards. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Hill as well, Jeremiah Hill, I think. All those guys are just running and they're destroying us like that in the trenches. And the Steelers did not find a way to get one stop like that. They kept getting beat. And in that game, we had chances too as well. We had chances because we lost, 28-14, I think, right? We had chances in that game to maybe come back, tie the game up, but we just couldn't get off the field. We couldn't stop. So the Steelers definitely got to go D-lineman in the first round. You got to bring Kenneth Grant in, or Walter Nolan, or Derek Harmon, or Tyleek Williams, or one of those guys in. Alfred Collins, you got to bring one of those big guys up front in. I feel like you should go D-lineman first. Second round, you should trade something from next year to add a second round pick, and then you go maybe quarterback if you want to. If you see one of your guys like Jackson Dart or Jalen Rowe, or you might go D-lineman back to back. D-lineman first round, D-lineman second round, and then third round, if one of your quarterbacks falls, you can go quarterback. If not, take a running back in the third round like that. Cam Scalable might be around that third round pick. And then fourth round, you add maybe trying to see. You could go edge rusher for more depth. Because you really got T.J. Watt, Ty Smith, and you got Herb Big, you can add the edge rusher, or you can go cornerback if you want to right there, safety or something right there. But you can add a piece right there. So the Steelers could go that approach. Now they want to get a quarterback in the draft. They could go, of course, second round, get a quarterback. But you got to go D-lineman first. D-lineman got to be first because the D-linemen in this draft, it's a good amount of them, but you want to make sure you get one of the best ones. I think Kenneth Grant could be one of the best ones. You got to go first. For Steelers defense, 300 yards on the ground is unacceptable. Yes, that right there was like when I seen the stat sheet, I was like, the Ravens rushed for. I had a feeling they was gonna be up there in the 200s, but I like 300 yards really in a playoff game. That right there was like one of the worst ass kickings. So running back in the second, we trade back in the third round. Yeah. So most likely probably D-lineman. It could be D-lineman, running back. I think last mock draft I did D-lineman, running back. D-lineman, running back. I think I did D-lineman again. No, I did D-lineman, running back, quarterback. Because this time in that simulation, I think Jim Moreau fell. But it could be like D lineman, running back, D lineman, or D lineman, D lineman, running back, or D lineman, quarterback, D line. But you gotta take two D linemen though. You gotta take two of them. I feel like you gotta get one in the first and one maybe in the third or fourth round because the depth of the D lineman is very good. I think Jordan Phillips could be a fourth round pick type of guy around that still range. So I feel like the Steelers need to add some big guys up front. We see a lot of injuries happen. Larry Ogunjobi was there last year. He got banged up. And Travis Adams got banged up. We know what's his name? From the one that played for the Steelers, Texas A&M. Texas A&M, he was a D lineman. I forgot his name actually. But I forgot what was his name? What was his name? Texas A&M, D lineman. Steelers, D lineman. Texas A&M. Who was that? DeMarvin Leal. DeMarvin Leal is injured a lot too. So like most of our D linemen got injured a lot of times. Like that. I forgot about DeMarvin Leal. Because Scatterbo and Giddens are usually available, but that's only in mock drafts. Trusting Khan. Yep. DJ Giddens is nice. I like him though. Kansas State. But Cam Scatterbo and those guys, I think the simulations kind of have them a little. I don't want to have them so lowly rated. They had them fall in the third and fourth, but I think those guys probably, like you said, it could be probably higher. It could be like second round pick, third round pick or something. So hopefully they do. Hopefully they do fall for our sake, like they may fall to the third round and still can take one of those guys. If you just Giddens, he can definitely be a all down back. We've seen the speed he has, the ability to catch at the backfield as well, and the big body, of course, as well. Cam Scalabo, same thing. The man line up in the slot, man line up on the outside. That Texas game he played in that playoff game against Texas, he was unstoppable. He did everything. He had more yards at one point in the game than Texas has the whole team. He was playing very good football. And he was sick too. He was throwing up on the sideline. He had like some type of flu or something. And he was out there playing hard football. So he definitely embodies that toughness the Steelers love and a running back. And since they lost Najee, you got to bring a guy back in there who bring that power. Who will bring that. And I think Cam Scatterbo bring power, but he also brings speed as well too. And freshness too. So you'll see something a little different. I'm going to start buying let's get another jersey. I'm going to get some more jerseys. But I'm going to start buying jerseys of retired players. Because I think every jersey I bought of the new people, like Najee Harris, Juju, and so who else? I think that's somebody else. They all left. So I'm going to start buying retired player jerseys from now on. I'm like, every time I buy a jersey of somebody, they leave. They leave every time. I'm going to start buying retired players only. Yeah, but this my draft right here, I'm going to give it a C+. I feel like Shedeur Sanders would not fall down all the way down to 9. And I feel like the lines are definitely going probably edge rusher or D lineman. Steelers definitely going D lineman. I like the Cowboys pick for them, getting the receiver, Torrey McMillan, T-Mac, the big receiver. The Dolphins getting offensive tackle, of course, but I feel like this draft right here, I'm going to give it a C+. So who's this? What's his name? Chris Trapasso or something. Whoever you are. C+. So yeah, but actually, how long am I doing here? I do need to watch the Heat game a little bit. The Heat come on in a few minutes. It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, but overall, we got to wait and see what happens. We got to wait and see if the Steelers, what they're going to do. They're going to trade next year, some next year picks to get a second round pick this year. And also, a lot of the teams are going to do too as well. Shedeur Sanders, I think he's going to definitely be a top 3 pick. On a lot of teams, he's saying he's going to fall down and stuff. Now, it'd be a miracle. I would love for him to fall down to 21. Fall down right to the Steelers. That'd be great. Or the Steelers, he fall down a little bit and the Steelers trade up to get him. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like that. But most likely, we're going to probably see him going top 3. Still, add some pieces around and then just, hey, go out there and compete. Because the defense is good. And Mason Rudolph is good enough. I'm not saying he's going to help us get to the Super Bowl. But he's definitely good enough to help us get to the playoffs and be competitive because he don't turn the ball over like that. Especially like in his first year playing and stuff. On that second year he had to start for Big Ben, he was a little different and shaky then. But I feel like the last time he played with more confidence and like more purge a little bit too as well, too, and more maturity. So I think he could definitely do a solid job if he has to fill in. He said everybody showed the pillar of team like Cam or TJ, maybe even Frazier, someone that'll last on the team. Oh yeah, yep. It's always choose yep. Because Cam Hayward, he's been here for a while. I think the Steelers do pride themselves in keeping the defender guys here for a good amount of time. I feel like Frazier going to be nice. Last year he played very good, and McCormick is actually a sleeper pick last year I was a little mad at the pick. I was like, we should have went cornerback right there. But now I'm very excited about the pick. I'm glad I'm wrong. McCormick played real good last year when he filled in for James Daniels and as I said, Malu a few times and stuff. He played real nice. So having him, he might be a starter this year most likely. Because I think James Daniels, of course, he left, of course. So it might most likely be McCormick playing. So you got Frazier, you got McCormick, and people keep forgetting about Troy Furtado. Furtado was playing very good before his knee blew out. He already had the injury kind of coming out of college. So we kind of figured that he's going to have some injury issues his first year. I think he'll miss the whole year, but his knee blew out. So you see him only play a few games, but those few games he played, he looked very good. And he shot rushing numbers in those games was high too. He was averaging 140 rushing yards per game. And Justin Fields hit that a lot too. He had like 40 yards a game too, as well. That kind of bolstered it a little bit. But Furtado played good. So Furtado on one side, Jones back to the original position on the left side with Frazier up front, McCormick, and Malu. Pretty nice O-line. The Wolfie really liked McCormick. I trust his judgment. Yeah, McCormick played nice. I like McCormick. At first I was like, we should take a cornerback right there. I wanted us to get was Josh Newton from TCU. I was just took Josh Newton right there. But I'm like, hey, McCormick, he played real good. He definitely exceeded expectations. He was like a sleeper pick. And Peyton Wilson. Peyton Wilson was one that I was surprised he failed, but I forgot that he had the injury history. He had the back, he had the knee injury history in college. So I thought he was going to be like a second-round pick. I had the Packers taking him last year in my mock drafts, but he fell down to the Steelers. The Steelers like, hey, bring the guy in right there. And Peyton Wilson did good. The interception he had against the Ravens, I still not even caught that. That was very crazy. He just came down, had it like this, and battled for it, got the pick, and that was a game changing play as well. So Peyton Wilson was nice. I think he's going to be even better his second year. Counting Ben, same thing. I think entering year 3, him and Herbig, they're going to be even better too. So the Steelers did a good job at drafting those front 7 guys. They do a very good job. So I trust their judgment with the front 7. So we need someone behind Jones and Furtado in case of injury. Yeah. They could. I'm surprised they didn't try to sign. It's a few guys who are free agents who they possibly can sign, maybe bring in. But I know some of those guys want to play in a depth role. But Steelers probably could draft offensive lineman. I took offensive lineman a few times in my draft, like later rounds, like maybe 5th, 6th round and stuff. But we'll see what happens, though. We do some depth. I feel like the guys up front, like the front 7 and the O-lineman, you got to have depth because every play they play. Like there's no off play for them. They're like, cornerbacks, it might be a run play. They might just block a little bit. Or maybe a pass play. They might pass the ball on the other side. But I feel like the D-linemen and O-linemen, they're getting hit every time. They got to play every snap. Like they got to be out there utilizing force. So you need to make sure you have depth because guys do get banged up. Furtado is very talented, but he does have a history, of course, in Washington getting injured. So you need to make sure you have that depth ready. Ryder Jones does a good job in staying healthy. I know he had a little hand injury before, but hopefully on his left side now, back to the original spot, he actually plays even better. He played solid on the right side. A lot of fans gave him a lot of hate and stuff because he was messing up a few times and stuff, the penalties, which was a little frustrating. But I think now him being on his original side, when we drafted him originally, it's going to help him out a lot. I heard they was talking to an offensive tackle today, but who knows if that's true. That'd be interesting. Because last year we were surprised. I thought they were going to go quarterback first in the first round. We thought everybody had JPJ saying, JPJ can go first round with the Steelers. But then the Steelers took offensive tackle, Troy Furtado. We said, oh, okay. And then JPJ, they still got JPJ later. Of course, they got him with the 33rd pick, but they had, of course, from that Bears trade. But they're like, hey, we'll see what happens with the Steelers do. Like, go off the tackle first. You never know. They could go running back first. You never know. They might take Ashton Jeanty in the first round. I feel like sometimes we think they should take the D lineman, of course, first. Most likely they probably will, but you never know. Omar Khan might say, I want to overload the offense. We'll go in a different direction. We're going to take a running back in Ashton Jeanty. We're going to take a receiver second round. We're going to take a D lineman third round or something. You never know what could happen. So it possibly could happen. Or maybe they go off the tackle high up. Maybe they trade back and get a second round pick. Go off the tackle in the second round. Go D lineman first round. And in third round, you add a running back. Could do that too as well. So we have to wait and see what they do. But yeah, this is all I have for today's video. If you guys are watching after, leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'll probably be back streaming. Try to do 2 a week. So maybe Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it, Jared, for tuning in. I'll probably see you guys on Steelers Syndicate channel in a little bit. I had a video I made yesterday. I forgot to upload yesterday. It's going to be on later today. So probably around 6 or 7 o'clock. I need to add the tags and the title and stuff for the video. But yeah, this is all I have for today's video. It's 1 week until Rodgers announces his signing on Pat McAfee show. That is true. I forgot they're going to be in Pittsburgh. And Rodgers got to be dramatic. He got to be extra and dramatic. He got to go out there, of course. and do a whole entrance and be like, I'm signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the fans are gonna be cheering and stuff for him. But we'll see. We'll see. It'd be funny if Aaron Rodgers retired that day. Imagine that would be something Aaron Rodgers would probably do. He'd go that day and he'd be like, I'm officially announcing now I'm retiring from the NFL. That'd be funny too. All Steelers fans start booing him probably. But he might most likely probably sign it because there's nowhere else to sign. The Vikings don't want you anymore. The Jets, you got released from them. They're not going to renegotiate anything to happen. The Giants got Russell Wilson now. The Browns got somebody with Kenny Pickett. They're going to draft somebody too. So Steelers your only option really. The Steelers don't really need you. They want you, but they don't need you though. They can still roll with Mason Rudolph. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be crazy if Aaron Rodgers did that. He'd go on the Pat McAfee show in Pittsburgh and just say, "I'm retiring from the NFL." That'd be real funny. Or he'd go there and never mention the Steelers signing stuff ever. He just talk about random stuff, and then he's like, "Well, what happened? Did he sign or not?" But you know, Aaron Rodgers is very, 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 very crazy. Like that, attention seeking sometimes. But yeah, this is all I have for today's video. I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.